Hey everybody, I'm Keith Combs, Bassmaster Elite Series Pro, and I want to give you a rundown of situations where I'll choose different crankbaits. I've laid out 5 of my favorites right here. Got everything from a 10XD all the way down to a lipless crankbait. And really the number one thing, it's not seasonal, it's not conditional, it's depth. You know, I want to find a target depth and put that crankbait in the fish's face. So we'll start at with the big boy right here, the 10XD. Now on a long cast, I'm using Seaguar 12 to 15 pound InvizX 98% of the time when I'm throwing this bait. So on a long cast, I can take a 10XD and I can actually get this bait to 28 feet. Now it's not gonna stay there very long. That's gonna be, you know, on the descent, on a long cast, maybe I have 40 feet where I'm at 28 feet of water. A 10XD is a bait I don't use that often, but when I do, it's usually that post-spawn period where those fish get really deep and they get out on that main lake structure. Now a 6XD is a bait that I use probably, or I have tied on in almost every tournament we go to, and this is a real workhorse for me. This bait is gonna dive to really a maximum depth of around 18, 19 feet. Now you can take and hold your rod up, or you can use a heavier line, like you can go up to a 20 pound Seaguar InvizX, and you can make this bait go to 15 feet. So if you want to ride it up over grass, you can do that. And you can certainly hit 20, but you're gonna have to go to like a 10 pound InvizX or something like that. But for the most part, I'm gonna use this when I'm targeting fish in that, say, 15 to 18 foot range. The 5XD is another great crankbait. This is a bait that has won a lot of tournaments here on the Elite Series. And when I'm using this, I'm looking for that 10 to 12 foot range. The bait will actually dive a little bit deeper, but you know, it's not gonna stay there very long. This is not a bait I'm making that big long bomb cast with like I can with the 10 and the 6. So going on down in size, this is a real workhorse for me, and it's just one of my favorite baits to throw, and I always have it tied on just about any tournament, is a Strike King 1.5. Again, I'm gonna use this on anywhere from 12 to 15 pounds Seaguar InvizX. And this is a bait that I like to bump off cover in say 3 to 7 feet. It's gonna require a pretty fast retrieve to keep it down there in that 6 to 7 foot range, but it'll certainly get the job done. And this is a bait that, like I said, I always have it tied on. It's just a real go-getter for me. In fact, we were at a tournament last week and I had a top 10 on this 1.5. Now, this is a bait. This is a Strike King Tungsten 2-tap. I throw a variety of different lipless crankbaits, but this is one that I like to use over grass, so I may just be trying to tick the top of grass. And also this, in contrast to all these, this is a sinker. So this bait will sink down. You can actually let it sink to the top of grass and rip it up. But on a straight retrieve, the bait's only gonna dive about 3 to 5 foot. It's also a good bait to fish around gravel or something like that. Get it down there to the depth, and then work on colors and speeds and things like that to let the fish tell you what they want. Those are my 5 favorite crankbaits.